Hi everybody, Allison J. Waldman here, your SoapCentral.com soapcaster for Sunday, April 29th, 2012. So a really interesting week on the soap operas. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Let's start with General Hospital. There's a rumor going around that Brandon Barish, who plays Johnny Zakara, is being let go. Now, Frank Valentini, the executive producer, has come out with a report saying, no, that's not true. But we did hear that there are going to be there's going to be some major killings on General Hospital. So is it possible that Frank is purposely kind of diverting us from the truth? That he doesn't want us to know that Johnny's going to wind up dead? I don't know. See, to me, I think Johnny is a great character for General Hospital because he and Sonny are natural antagonists. And plus, I loved his relationship with Carly, and even though that seems to have hit the skids, it's still a great storyline. So we'll have to watch that one and see what's going on. Maybe it just is, rumor. Maybe there's somebody else closer to the storyline that's going to be getting killed off. You never know. I think it's interesting that the whole storyline with Steve has gone. Steve was arrested, went to Memphis. Steven Weber. That's a character that could, be shipped off screen. You could lose him, even though you do now have Heather there and Liz is still there. So the Weber family sort of made a comeback. But all these new characters from One Life to Live has kind of, opened the door for, certain General Hospital characters to maybe take a hike. So we'll just have to wait and see. Also, I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen with the Matt character now that we found out that, he was responsible for killing Lisa Niles. What's going to happen there, Meanwhile, I just have to make it a little slide. I so enjoyed this week the scene between Michael Easton and Anthony Geary when McBain came to see Anna and Luke answered the door and did this whole Dracula thing, good evening, welcome, won't you come in? It was hilarious. It was so funny. I love Tony Geary. Even after all these years and all these Emmys that he's won, the guy is still great. He really, really is great. And he's so perfect on that show. I loved his scenes also with Tracy talking about whether or not they should actually kill Anthony and poison him, or whether or not it should be Luke who kills him and Luke taking the fall for Tracy. Funny stuff. Good stuff. Like that a lot. Do not like Sam and Jason fighting like this and crying and all the don't like where that's going. And if that's where they're going to set, to open the door for Liz to go back with Jason, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, another, in the same way Heather is like a character from way back on General Hospital coming back, on Young and the Restless, they're bringing back another really old character from days gone by. They're bringing back Dr. Tim Reed. Now, the actor who plays that is Aaron Lustig, and he's a perfect, he's like this Casper Milquetoast character, this really nerdy guy with little horn-rimmed glasses, and he's balding. And Phyllis completely bamboozled this guy. I mean, she used him while she was pursuing Danny. He was her alibi when and there's going to be a whole storyline built around the fact that Ricky is delving into Phyllis's background to find dirt to destroy her. And he finds out about this incident where where Paul and Cricket were hit by a car. And I think Paul pushed Chris, out of the way. He was seriously injured, and it turned out that it was Phyllis driving the car. And Phyllis had been trying to kill Cricket, who she called the Bug. And so if all that comes to the fore now, that's really going to complicate Phyllis's life, because of course we just got the crazy news on Friday that Phyllis is pregnant with Nick's baby. I guess that we're supposed to believe that Phyllis is just on the brink of the age where you can still have a baby and, not be too old to be having a baby. So it's interesting, though, because I thought it was really hilarious when she referenced that the last time she was pregnant when she was pregnant with what's his name, with Daniel, that seafood made her nauseous. And it was like, what about summer? Weren't you nauseous when you smelled seafood when you were pregnant with Summer? Guess not. Anyway, so that's the Young and the Restless. We still have the Beauty and Nature thing going on. We still got the new Kyle who just showed up, who looks like he's about 10 years older than the last Kyle, who went off to hockey camp and came back as a whole new person. And we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. I do think, from what I understand from reading the spoilers, we're going to have a Victor Sharon coupling that's going to make your hair go gray, grayer than this. So that's going to be weird, really weird. But it's coming. Meanwhile, on Days of Our Lives, talk about weird stuff, EJ is not a Demira. Turns out that Alice Horton knew all along that EJ was not really Stefano's child. But we don't know who EJ's father really is. So that's going to be really, really interesting. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, that character, Suzanne, who I believe was his mother and had Elvis Jr., EJ, I can't think of who else she might have been. Was she fooling around with John at the time? I mean, would that be weird? If EJ found out that John, who he's been trying to destroy, is his father? Or am I just, mangling my history here, guys? Write and tell me, because I'm really curious. I don't think it's Ian. Ian is connected to the Demiras somehow, but I don't think we're going to find out that he's EJ's father. But he does have secrets, and there is something going on there. Now, we also heard that there's going to be a big bloodbath on Days of Our Lives. We already know that 4 actors have been written out. And this week, there's going to be a huge explosion. And I'm talking about a real explosion, because that safe house is not so safe. There is a bomb set to go off, and there's a lot of characters there who may or may not survive. Now, I think Bo and Hope are safe. I'm pretty sure John and Marlena are safe. Carrie and Rafe. We know that Carrie is leaving the show. Christy Clark is leaving the show. I think she might bite the bullet. I think she might die in that explosion. But I'm just speculating, not sure. We'll wait and see what happens. Other than that, let's move on to Bold and the Beautiful. Now, Bold and the Beautiful, we're going to have John Hensley turn up this week. John Hensley, who was forever Holden on As the World Turns. Loved him on As the World Turns. I really hope that they kind of keep him on Bold and the Beautiful for a while. But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. And as a matter of fact, I wrote my 2 Scoops column about Bold and the Beautiful, and I am like ready to kill Bill. Seriously, Bill is a character in desperate need of a smack in the head. I mean, the way he's going off on Hope, why is he so against Hope? And what has Hope ever done to him to warrant this kind of hatred? I mean, so she loves Liam. Big deal, so she wants a future with Liam. It's not the worst thing in the world. To hear Bill talk about her going to see a psychiatrist, her needing anti-anxiety medication, it's like she's committed some crazy sin. I mean, the last time Bill was this nuts was when he nearly tried to kill Amber at the Cliff House. Remember that? So this is all out of proportion. And I was really offended, Brad Bell, by the whole comic depiction of Hope being chased around Aspen by the media. While you played it for laughs, and while it was funny to hear Last Train to Clarksville and all the funny little business that you guys did, the fact of the matter remains is that Princess Diana was killed trying to avoid the paparazzi. There's nothing funny about somebody being chased by a pack of media. And God forbid something had happened to Hope. She could have run out into the street and gotten hit by a car. Would that have made Bill happier? Would that have proven to Bill that Hope, that he had tested Hope's mettle? I don't like where this is going, folks. I really don't. I don't like them using the media that way because that's not what the media is about. Speaking as a journalist, I am offended. Okay? Okay. That's enough of thy sermon. I won't go any further. Meanwhile, that's it for this week. I'm going to wrap up the SoapCast. We're looking forward to, the new characters coming in. Crystal Chappelle's also going to be coming into Bold and the Beautiful. And it should be very, very interesting to see as the characters are written out of Days of Our Lives and what's going to happen with General Hospital. And, of course, Young and the Restless, Phyllis is pregnant. So that's my wrap-up for the week. Hope you guys have a great soap week to come. And this is Allison J. Waldman, SoapCentral.com. Be sure to read SoapCentral.com. We have the best recaps, the best 2 scoops, the best synopses, the histories. All that history that I was telling you about Dr. Tim Reed, I read it all on SoapCentral.com. And don't forget to watch Friday. Every Friday, listen for Dan's live SoapCast. Okay? Or actually, to Soap Podcast. So I do the SoapCast. He does the podcast. All right, that's it. I've yapped enough. Talk to you next week. This is Allison Waldman signing off. Bye-bye.